Hey, what's up? It's Miguel, and today we're going to talk about difficulty as a way to progress in life faster and achieve interesting goals, like for example, becoming a web developer. So just in case you don't know me, I'm Miguel, I'm a web developer. I teach web development to people all over the world because I believe it's one of the best ways for you to achieve personal and financial freedom. So why is difficulty such an important thing? Because with difficulty, we can actually progress towards interesting objectives, like for example, becoming a web developer. And one of the things I love about difficulty is that we can actually distinguish ourselves from the crowd, and we can actually, it's like a marketing tool. It's like differentiation, we could say, right? So I studied business and management like some years back. And one of the key things that I learned in business and management when we were studying about companies, obviously, and how to start a company, what types of company, etc., is that different companies in different industries have different barriers of entry. For example, one barrier of entry could be that you're competing against like really, really huge companies, right? And you need a really big investment at the start. Another barrier of entry might just be knowledge, right? So there's different barriers of entry that require basically that you spend a certain amount of resources in becoming, in building your business or building your endeavor, right? In this case, web development is one of the best ones because the opportunities are consistently increasing, right? So there's more jobs opening up than people actually coming into the industry. Yeah, it's a bit of a challenging thing, but think about it this way. If you do easy stuff, then everybody can do it, right? And the more people that can do it, the more competition there is, and then the less valuable the thing is, right? So the harder it is, you got to think that the better it is, because then you can actually, like, once you've got through the hardship, you can put away most of the competition, and you will have more resources for yourself, right? So there will be more basically to distribute in between fewer people. That's basically one of the perks, one of the good things about difficulty. Another thing I want to talk about today is that, for example, in my situation, I'm recording videos. I could do this at home, no problem, right? But I'm coming out here to do it in the streets because, first of all, I think the visuals are better. Madrid has beautiful places to see. And second of all, I think it's going to differentiate me from other web developers that are comfortably recording their videos at home with like blue lit backgrounds and like really cool setups, yeah, but like not with cool like city views like this landmark, for example, which is called Templo de Voz. It's in Madrid. It's a beautiful landmark. It's actually a donation by Egypt to the Spanish government. It was built in I think it was the second century after the death of AC, right, after the death of Christ. So interesting landmark. Yeah. So to the point, I'm doing this in these scenarios because it differentiates myself from other web developers because it's difficult to do, right? You got people walking around, people might judge you, people sometimes like stop in front of like behind the camera and wait till I finish so I can like talk to them. Actually, a guy called Mohammed did that when I was recording in Palacio Real, the Royal Palace, the other day. Cool dude, hi if you're watching this. And yeah, so it's a bit of a more difficult way of doing things, but I think it's going to differentiate myself from the rest because it's kind of like a fresh way to bring content versus, like, as I say, recording from home and doing like what every other web developer is doing, right? So you got to try and do things that people aren't doing. And one of the things that you can do that is very possible to do is just literally getting over the mental barrier. One of the key things nowadays that you have to get through is distractions, right? So like Instagram, like just social media in general, even like pornography, like weed, all that kind of stuff, you have to put it away because that's one of the main reasons why people can't do difficult things. Really, becoming a web developer isn't that difficult. You have all of the resources online. That's like zero barrier to entry in terms of knowledge. Zero barrier to entry in terms of investment. You can go to a boot camp, which is like 20K, super expensive. I don't recommend it. I learned it for $40. Okay, I downloaded a course, watched a few videos on YouTube, and became a web developer with all of the resources that are on the internet. You have everything you need, dude. And you don't even need a university degree. So think about it that way. So you do a six-month investment instead of a 4-year investment in a university degree. You pay $40, and you basically have the skill you need to be able to earn like an income of over like 70K if you're living in the United States. And easy, for example, I was working in Ireland, 45K, that's a really good salary there. 30K if you're living in Spain, that's a pretty decent salary for Spain, I'm not gonna lie, as a beginner. And you can obviously progress to larger salaries, that's just a starting point. So yeah, like my recommendation is do the difficult things, do the things that are tough because they're the valuable things. They're the things where you don't have a ton of people competing with you. Like if you're gonna put in the effort to do something difficult and not something easy. Because if you do something easy, it's going to be difficult anyway, because you're going to have to compete with a ton of people to differentiate yourself. So you might as well just go for the difficult thing that actually like eliminates the competition, and you can just focus on the craft and develop your skills. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. And as I always say, do it every day and you'll be okay. Ciao.